You made it to the final video in our series all about generational marketing and how to effectively communicate with and market to different generations. In this video, we're talking all about Gen Z. Hi, I'm Lisa Suazo, your Marketing Technology Director with West, here with today's Nerd Nugget, your bite-sized marketing technology tip that you can implement into your business today. Today we are talking about the youngest generation group, and that is Generation Z. This generation was born 1996 or later. They are the largest single generation. They are 86 million strong. Now, this is a generation that is absolutely engrossed in technology. It's all they know. So they are in their devices literally all the time. And we'll talk more about that as it relates to marketing. Also, it's important to know 46% of this generation identifies as non-white, 24% of those identify as Hispanic. So we talked about this in the millennial video, but this it's a growing trend, right? This idea that you want to tailor your marketing communication and your conversations to really pay attention to the nuances of these different cultural groups. So what are some of the things that are important to know about Gen Z? Well, in comparison to millennials, as it relates to marketing and social media, millennials were a generation where it was all about getting these large follower counts. So it was all about how many likes you can get to your page or how many followers or friends you could have. So it didn't matter if all these people were people you didn't know. It was kind of this big deal to just grow your following as much as possible. Well, in all the research that we've seen on Gen Z, it's kind of done an about face. So with this generation, they don't care about having these large followers, but they want more of that individualized communication. So with this generation, this is why you see the growing popularity of things like stories, Facebook and Instagram stories. You'll notice if you post on stories, you put out your content, and if they respond to it, if anybody responds to it, it comes back as a private message. So, Instagram Messenger, Facebook Messenger, Snapchat, WhatsApp, those are all growing platforms. So that is a notable characteristic of this group, is that they want more individualized conversations. And so it's kind of interesting because that's more like a throwback to the silent generation and the baby boomers. But the difference is this generation is doing it digitally instead of face-to-face like previous generations. Another comparison to millennials, if millennials like experiences over things, Gen Z actually likes gadgets over experiences. So they're not really concerned about experiences. Again, this is that tech generation. They love technology. They love gadgets. So this is going to be a generation that's going to really like those cool features like smart homes and things like that. Another thing about this group is that they think that they could research their way out of anything. So if you show up and you give them advice and you start talking about things to them as an agent, you're the expert, you're sharing information, they'll take your information but they're probably also going to do their own research. They may find some YouTube videos or some blogs, and they might even see the person on the video or the blog writer as being just as credible, if not more so than you are. So that might be a challenge that you'll come up against. So just keep that in mind. Don't take it personally. This is just kind of what their generation is used to. Still provide them with that information because that is very important and they really want it. Just know that your competition is not just other agents, it's YouTube, because YouTube can fix anything, at least according to this generation. So as it relates to marketing, we don't have a ton of information about what this group is paying attention to, what the trends are, but know that they are on their devices. So that's where you need to be. So again, this is another place where I would reiterate, is your website responsive? Are you on social? Do you have a great online presence? Is everything that you're putting out mobile friendly? If not, it has to be. You will absolutely lose them. They're on their devices, so you need to be as well. So that's what I've got for Gen Z, guys. I'll have more of this for you as time goes on, but I hope that that's helpful. I would love to hear from you. How did you like this series? If you want more, I teach a class on generational marketing where we dive more deeply into each of these generations. I give you some more stories and use cases. So it's a really fun and interesting and useful class. If you have further questions or you want to dive more deeply into marketing to these different generations and you'd like to have a one-on-one conversation, please reach out to your WFG sales executive. They'll pull me in and we'll get together and talk all about generational marketing and how we can help you in your own specific marketing to different generations. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.